Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. And welcome to the match reaction for Arsenal's 3-1 win away at Leicester City. I've waited 6 years to say that. 6 years to say we have a win at King Power Stadium in the league. It's been a while, but we've finally done it. So as usual, we're going to go through the match reaction, the lineup, the player ratings at the end. And again, with me again, HJ90. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Last league win against them at their ground, I think was a Sanchez hat trick, 5-2, I think it was, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
I remember that game. It was a good one, but yeah, that was ages ago now, and it's good to win. You know, for me, it's a derby. I'm from Leicester myself. It's a big one for me, and so happy to win against Leicester finally. And yeah, let's just move forward with this, and we need to build upon this now because we've got a tough run of games coming up with Olympiacos, Spurs, West Ham, Liverpool in between, maybe the quarterfinals as well. So we just need to build upon this because we're still 10th. You know, it's not going to do much to the league table at the moment.
An international break as well, where the likes of SAKA are going to go and play 180 minutes in both games. So go next first. How are you?
I'm good, especially after that performance. I'm very good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was not like that in the first 10 minutes. Just as I told you against Benfica, when the lineup came out, the negativity was there again. Why is Partey not starting? Why is Pepe on the right again? What is Mikel Arteta doing? Where is Martinelli? He's ruining Martinelli. Why is Elneny starting? Willian on the left. We've lost this game 4-0. Vardy to break the record against Arsenal. All of that again. But yeah, I'm very happy that you managed to get the win. Easy as well. Could have been 4-5 in the second half. But yeah, I know I'm always judging Pepe very, very harshly, but he was brilliant today. And I know you guys are always judging Willian very harshly, but he was very good today as well. So let's go through the lineup first. So HJ, I'll start with you. What did you make of the lineup?
6 changes from Thursday. Obviously Bellerin came out, Aubameyang, Saka came out. You know, people thinking, even me, maybe it's too weak. You know, personally, I wanted Saka or Aubameyang dropped because they've been playing a lot of minutes recently, especially Saka, because, you know, we've got big games coming up soon and, you know, you need to save your players. And Lacazette coming in, I was happy again. Before the game, Willian, obviously, people weren't happy with. Everyone was crying out for Martinelli. You can't blame that because obviously Willian hasn't been good recently. But today, you know, it did work out for us, and Willian was brilliant today. 9 for me. We'll go into that later. But yeah, it was the midfield. Maybe Elneny, Xhaka. People getting worried that Leicester's midfield could overrun us, but we did brilliantly today, and we beat Leicester with the weaker team, and that's, you know, it shows that, you know, players in our squad can do it, or we need to rotate. I wouldn't say second team exactly. You know, maybe I did say that earlier, but it wasn't our second team. I think Bruno Express rightly pointed that out to Glenn. But
yeah, it's definitely not the second team. Yeah, but a few players those are fringe players. Willian doesn't play. Pepe doesn't play. Cedric Bellerin plays ahead of Cedric always. Pablo Mari is not a first team player. For us, he should be, but he's not a first team player. Lacazette is not a first team player. He should be, but he's not. So 6-7 players that should not be in the lineup. So go next first lineup.
I see a lot of people saying that like we're overreacting. You won't be saying that if we lost today. Like, I think we're allowed to criticize the lineup, especially when, again, you see the likes of Willian in there. Factually, Willian is awful when he starts. We haven't won a single game when Willian starts other than today. So again, we're allowed to say, why is he playing? Again, I wanted Pepe on the left, but the main thing is we can criticize and overreact all we want about the lineup. The main thing is Arteta proving why he did it. And today he proved why he used it. So that's all that matters. You know, it's about him taking that criticism and doing something with it. And he did. So fair play to him.
Yeah, AJ put the formation and everything on screen right now. Are you happy with the setup and everything?
Yeah, I think it's the setup we expect to go. It's Smith Rowe finally in that middle spot. Again, I wasn't too impressed with him today, but again, he picked up an injury, so it means that Odegaard will now get more games going forward. But yeah, the setup was fine. I wasn't too mad with it. Again, yeah, it's fine.
Gonna express Pepe on the right. Could you have gotten a chance on the left again?
Initially, I was quite mad that he wasn't on the left, but then I kind of realized like the fact that Cedric was starting kind of set in. Like I always wanted him to be better in front of Cedric because we've seen him with Maitland-Niles, it doesn't work. We've seen him with Tierney, it doesn't work. We've seen him with Bellerin, it doesn't work. So for me, if Pepe didn't work with Cedric, you've got to start questioning, you know, is it worth keeping him?
Yeah.
And I mean, again, like, you know, again, fair play to Arteta, like he put him in front of Cedric and it worked. So yeah, initially I wasn't happy, but after this game, I'm confident in playing on the right with Cedric.
The one part where I agree with Guna Express definitely is that Luis is one of our better defenders, and yet again today, very, very good performance. Again, attacking wise and defensive wise, very good. Passing wise, the long passes and everything, I think he's very comfortable at that, better than anyone we have. And all of a sudden, Holding is no longer in the first team, and things have changed very, very quickly. So, so after you saw the lineup, HJ, what was your prediction after you saw the lineup and you saw Leicester's?
I'll be honest with you, I thought we were probably going to lose that one. You know, maybe we went a tiny bit more weaker, especially seeing Willian on the side. It's not going to help. But on David Luiz, I still wouldn't give him a new deal. But, you know, last few weeks, he's probably been our best centre-back and he's been very good. I was surprised I didn't see Gabriel. He wasn't even on the bench. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, good, brilliant from Luiz today. Got this goal as well.
He's been shaky the last few games. So when I was doing the predicted lineup, I had 10 people on the bench, and I was wondering who was going to be omitted. It was between maybe Gabriel or Ceballos, or maybe, I don't know, one of those players, but it ended up being Gabriel. Gonna express what is the prediction after you saw the lineup?
Yeah, I thought we were going to lose. I thought that we kind of disrespected Leicester a little bit in terms of how weak we went. But then again, I didn't see the Leicester lineup. I didn't want to look at it because I knew that it was going to annoy me. But you know, we knew that the likes of Maddison weren't going to play because they're injured, Fofana, Justin. But, you know, Castagna didn't play, which I thought was quite interesting. I thought if he played today, then that could have been, you know, Pepe might have been a little bit weaker, but...
Castagna played, but he just didn't play on the left back, bro.
Oh, was he right back?
Yeah, he played the whole game, I think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I thought I remember seeing that Pereira was going to play, but I don't think he did. But even then, you know, I still thought we were going to lose, but... I mean, hey, Leicester weren't that good today, and we were better, so we take the win.
Pereira did play as well, but you didn't see him because of Mikel Arteta's perfect tactics.
Amazing tactics,
Pereira, that's why you didn't see him. So our fears came true within 6 minutes of the game, and I was shaking when they scored that goal. I was like, oh no, it's going to be another long day at the King Power Stadium. Gonna express who do you blame for that goal?
Willian and Xhaka. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to say Mari probably should have done better, but he was marking Vardy. You know, he was watching Vardy. Luiz was watching Barnes. If he leaves Vardy,
Luiz was watching Vardy.
Even then, Mari was he was the one that was going to go for the block. So I think, he could have maybe put a block in, but even then, I don't know if it had reached because he was kind of far away from the ball. And even then, if he does, you know, move out the way, if Tielemans just puts it on his left foot and passes it into Vardy's path and he scores, you blame Mari for that. So, but you've got to look again, like you look at the Smith Rowe goal against Benfica, the penalty. Look before that, like Willian and Xhaka, what are they doing? Willian loses the ball way too easily. Xhaka just doesn't even bother trying to catch him. Like, stop the attack before it even happens. That's kind of the thing. Like we basically were asking them to score by like just doing what we did. So. But Willian and Xhaka get the blame for the goal, but they made up for it later in the game.
AJ, which kind of defending do you prefer? You go to the man who has the ball, or you defend the guy who's going to receive the ball?
I'd rather, because in that instance it was Luiz who was on Vardy. So I'm like, why is Murray on Vardy as well? You've already got Luiz on him. Murray should be coming across. He should be coming across trying to deal with the threat, which is Tielemans with the ball. Because if Tielemans is going to keep going, he's going to score, which is what he did. So if Murray came across, at least trying to put a block in, which he did, and he was just standing there, and maybe could have done better. But, you know, to Murray, fair play to him. You know, after that one mistake, he was brilliant the rest of the game. So, it is what it is. And we went 1-0 down. And again, it was the same, it was the same situation like we did with Benfica. When 1-0, we went, down, and then we had to come back. In the same instance here, we had to come back, and we showed character to do that, which we did.
I think Tielemans is brilliant, though. Like, I would definitely try and sign him. If you're asking me, like, 3 players from Leicester, I'd probably say Tielemans in the top 3, alongside maybe someone like Justin, the outsiders. So, what about you, Gonna Express? Which kind of defending do you prefer, or what would you have done in that situation?
Well, again, I wouldn't have given the ball away like Willian did, or if in Xhaka's case, I would have tried to chase down Tielemans, but like better, because he wasn't. Tielemans isn't a fast player. Xhaka's probably around about the same speed, but Xhaka was just getting beaten. And I don't get it. Yeah. Like, again, you can blame Mari all you want for doing what he did, but if Willian wouldn't have given the ball away the way he did, and if Xhaka would have caught up to Tielemans quicker, Mari would never have had to do anything. So again, it's the defenders being blamed for other people's errors because they caused that error first. Like, I don't know. I think this is the thing. Yeah, we won 3-1 today, so you say that goal doesn't really matter, and it doesn't. But if we concede a goal like that against City or Liverpool, maybe not Liverpool now, but like City or United, that's it. The game's over because they're just going to defend you out. So, we need to stop conceding stupid goals like that.
That is a worry. Aston Villa, same thing. City, same thing. All these teams going against us in the very first few minutes. I wish we could play like we did against Wolves and play well in the first few minutes. The funny thing is, if you check the stats, we are the team that has conceded the least goals in the second half. I think it's something crazy like 5 goals or something the whole season in the second half. That's because we concede all our goals like in the first 20 minutes, and that's our worry. So, yeah, so we need to improve on that. But before then and after that, the next 20 minutes, Glen Express, they didn't have the ball. Like, we literally dominated possession, and I was screaming, take your chances, score a goal.
Well, that's kind of what annoyed me with the first goal. Like, they did nothing until that. Like, they barely even touched the ball. So it's the fact that we gave the ball away so easily and they scored, which that worried me. I was thinking Leicester are just going to take the ball off you and then they're going to run and go forward and score. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't really much to say in that. The 20 minutes after the goal. I mean, I think the penalty decision, if the Pepe one was in there, and I mean, I think that was a penalty. The initial tackle from Ndidi, yes, it's a free kick, but he's not going down to the Ndidi challenge. He walks that one off. It's the Tielemans challenge that actually brings him down, which was in the box. So I don't really like it. Indeed, he couldn't even touch the guy. Basically, he wasn't even allowed to touch him. So I don't know, but I mean, again, it didn't really matter. But I just feel that if Man United get that pen, if that's Man United, they're getting that penalty.
I need to watch it maybe 100 times. But the 10 times I watched, I did think Tielemans didn't touch him, and indeed is the one who fouled him. So I would have given a free kick as well. But the thing that annoys me most is the fact that they'll check it 100 times because it's Arsenal. If it was United, he would have gone to the screen to confirm it, and he would have told the VAR guy, no, this is a penalty, I'm giving it.
That's the thing. Like, VAR's there to stop clear and obvious mistakes. It's not there to take 20 minutes to find like a minute detail. The referee gave the penalty, and it took him 5 minutes to figure it out. So at that point, like, VAR's not needed. Just give the penalty. Like, that's just it. But I mean, it's Arsenal, isn't it? Everything has to go to VAR decision, whether it's a goal or not. So
everything does. So AJ, I don't think it was a penalty. Glen Express does. What about you?
The one on Pepe on the Ndidi and Tielemans one.
Yeah,
I don't think that was a penalty. At first, I did because the angles were so dodgy on the TV. It was like there was one angle that showed it, and even I'm still a bit confused whether it was or not, where the contact came from. But I do think it was outside the box with Ndidi first. So no, I don't think it was a penalty.
So case closed there. So I was very worried again. We did keep the ball again and again. So AJ, I'll start with you again. This time did we equalize first or did we get a penalty first? We equalized first.
It was
equalized.
We equalized first. Yeah, I'm so confused. We equalized. What did you make of the equalizer?
Yeah, again, it was Pepe on Luke Thomas. He had him on strings the entire first half. He ended his career, literally ended him. Sent him back to Prague. It was mad. But there was so many free kicks down that side with Thomas and Pepe. I thought Thomas should have got a yellow card earlier, to be honest. And we got another free kick down that side. I think that was our 4th free kick down that side because of a Thomas foul on Pepe. And then I thought Pepe was going to cross it, but Willian puts it in. And brilliant stuff there from Willian, puts a brilliant cross in. And Luiz, I don't know how no one's on Luiz, but he has a lot to do, Luiz, to get that header into the bottom corner. Brilliant header, 1-1.
Glen Express, he also doesn't just hit it straight at the goalkeeper. He make sure he hits a corner with the header.
I mean, with the actual free kick itself, I think as well, you say Luke Thomas should have got a yellow card earlier. I think there was a challenge just before that with Soyuncu, who should have got a yellow card. But, I mean, that's the refereeing. But the free kick, I'm not going to lie, I was screaming at my TV saying, Willian, just let Pepe take it. And when Pepe faked it, like, when he runs over it, I'm thinking, oh, here we go. He's going to blast it at the first defender. And I mean, fair play. It was a good free kick. But yeah, Luiz, way too open. He was allowed he just ran off his man. Like the Leicester defender just let him run off his man. But the header, how many times have we seen Holding have a header in that position and it blasts over the bar or something?
Yeah.
Like, that's how you take a header.
Every single game.
This is why I'm keeping Luiz, because again, that he knew what he was doing there. That wasn't lucky. Like he knew what he was doing. He's placed it, accuracy, power, all of it was perfect. Let him teach people how to do that. Let him go to holding and say, holding, this is how you take a header from a corner, like that, or a free kick. Like that's how, like just. But yeah, I mean, again, Luis proved me right again today because excellent performance, and that goal just made it that little bit better.
Yeah, very, very good time to get an equalizer as well. And the thing we've seen this season a lot, when he scored the first goal, like against Benfica the other day, we try and settle again, and then we don't attack anymore. I remember HJ complaining about that the other day. So this time around, he still kept the ball, it still remained and kept attacking and attacking and attacking. So AJ, we finally a penalty shout. The referee didn't give it. Had you seen it before the referee gave it or checked it or whatever?
Yeah, you can't, in this day and age, you can't just keep your hand up like you did. Like, it was so high up, you can't get away with that in today's game. And I knew, there was so many protests because the game went on, and then Arsenal kept protesting, and then it went to VAR, and then it was at that point I knew they're going to give the penalty. You can't do that from an Ndidi side of you, Leicester side of you. You can't do that. And yeah, and we got the penalty, and brilliant penalty there from Lacazette. I thought Pepe was our penalty taker. Instead of when Aubameyang's not there. So that was a bit confusing. But Lacazette took it, good penalty, 2-1 going into half-time.
This is the thing I'd say about the penalty taking. We saw Brighton yesterday missing penalties, 2 different people. I've also seen Mope missing before. City cannot take a penalty. Gundu and De Bruyne all missing. Jesus. Same with United. They had to bring in Bruno because Pogba and Rashford were missing every single penalty. Chelsea this season, Jorginho's missed like 3, including the Leno one. The thing that I love with Arsenal, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, none of them miss penalties. That's the thing I love. When you give them the penalty, they always score. I don't remember the last time we missed a penalty. And also in the penalty shootouts, like against Liverpool in the community. Yeah, also a good penalty taker. Cedric again. Willian was the penalty taker at Chelsea last season. So I'm assuming you have like 6, 7 good penalty takers. That's a good thing for us. So that's what won us the Community Shield against Liverpool, penalties, and the Carabao Cup match against Liverpool as well, penalties. So good penalty taking, but the problem is we don't get many penalties. But the time we got it, Kun Express, good finish from Lacazette.
Yeah, definite penalty. I mean, again, I don't know why they're going to VAR for that. Like, what do you need to go to VAR for that? He's put his hand up in the box, and it's hit him. Like, what? I don't get it, really. I think that was, again, it's just, it's wasting time. What clear and obvious mistake was made there from the referee? Like, I don't get it. But yeah, I mean, again, Ndidi really messed up. I think he had a poor game, and I think that kind of again solidified how poor he was today. But yeah, good penalty from Lacazette. I mean, again, I expected Pepe to take it because I thought not because I think Pepe's a better taker. It's just I thought Pepe would take it. Like, he won the penalty, so I think he had the penalty earlier on, so I thought maybe Lacazette would let him take it. But I mean, he scored it, so can't complain. It was a good penalty. To put the keeper the other side of the net. So.
Schmeichel is a good penalty save goalkeeper as well. Like, he's at Denmark and at Leicester, he always saves penalties every single time.
Quickly as well, we always complain that we never score goals just before half time and stuff like that. It was, I think, 43 minutes or something when we scored it, or like 45 minutes. So that ruined Leicester's team talk and stuff. So yeah, great time to score. Perfect
time. Bellerin, I remember against Leeds, scored in the 44th, I think, as well, when you had like 3-0 lead. So that was the first lead since these days. You remember Alexis Sanchez, Ozil, Ramsey.
I remember watching that game.
Yeah, we were leading at the King Power Stadium for the first time since 2015. We had a lead at halftime, which was such a good thing. I was so happy with that. So could we hold on to it? We were hoping so. So HJ90 halftime. Are you thinking of any subs or keep the same team?
I was thinking, I think for now, keep it the same. It was working. I think maybe leave it a bit and then wait till the 6th minute, which we did. And then at that point, I was like, let's bring Partey on. And Arteta did just that to just see out the game. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I'm going to express any subs you wanted.
No, not really. I mean, again, I maybe would have brought like a Martinelli on, but we already brought Odegaard on. So I thought going forward, we were fine. I mean, again, Smith Rowe wasn't bad today, I don't think, but it's unfortunate that he's injured. But one thing that I will say with that injury as well, imagine if we didn't sign Odegaard. What would we do now without Smith Rowe? Like, we'd be in the mud. So, great signing just to get somebody in case. And I mean, he's a good player, but yeah, I wouldn't have made any subs at that time.
So we go on to get a third goal early on in the second half. We didn't have to wait until the 80th minute to try and clinch the game. HJ, some neat play, and then some good, easy finish for once for Arsenal. We always work so hard for our finishes, and then we gift Benfica 3 goals. This time it was an easy finish for us.
Yeah, brilliant build-up play from that. I think Pepe moving forward gave it to Ødegaard, and he did very well to pick out the pass of Willian at the byline, and then again, brilliant little chip over to Pepe. And then, yeah, that's well worked goal. And I think throughout the game, our build-up play was very, very good. And I was very happy with it. And Pepe to get the third goal of the game. I think at that point, I knew with Leicester's injuries, they had to keep changing different things. Obviously, bringing on Luke Thomas, switching around Pereira and Castagne, and then they had to bring off Harvey Barnes, and they had to bring off Johnny Evans. At that point, I knew we had pretty much won the game. We just had to see it out professionally, which we did.
Yeah, like, are you guys hearing this? I'm mentioning Willian, Pepe, and people are actually saying we are happy. Are you hearing this? These are not things we've been hearing through the season, including myself. So, good Express, good finish. He's gone. He'll be back. Don't worry. So HJ again. Smith Rowe goes down. What did you make of that? He's been rested already for one game, but still it feels like he's still fatigued and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's just fatigue carrying over. But again, you can't. When you're playing at this level, these things again bound to happen. You did get the rest against Man City. He did come off against Benfica, so you think this wouldn't happen. But again, I think Ødegaard now has a big role to play in the next few weeks because he's the one who's going to be stepping in that number 10 role because Arteta does favour him, and we'll just have to see how that works out because we've got some big games coming up, and let's see how long Smith Rowe is out for. But it will be a huge blow for us.
I swear this is like the 6th game in a row is going down. I think like Benfica both games or something is always going down to get treated. So that's why the Express Pepe's goal, our third goal, and then Smith Rowe going down.
For the goal, I mean, yeah, like HJ said, great build-up play. What I will say about Ødegaard is the way that when he got the ball, he held it for a second, like he pulled it back and held it. And initially, I thought he was aiming for Lacazette. And I think the Leicester players did as well. But I think Lacazette did really well to not touch the ball. I think he could have easily taken the ball and done something with it, but he saw WILLIAN there and left it for WILLIAN. And it was a great bit of play from all 4 of them. Great ball from WILLIAN as well, just chipping it over Schmeichel into Pepe. I didn't celebrate the goal because I was expecting something like an offside or a handball or something because Arsenal aren't allowed to score them goals anymore. But, I mean, yeah, great goal. And then the Smith Rowe, I've been saying it a lot that I think he needed to rest a lot, like over the last few weeks, and he hasn't really been rested that much. And again, I think it's a little bit of a consequence of playing a player who's not Premier League fit so much. But again, hopefully, I don't think he'll be out for long because it didn't look that bad. Like Harvey Barnes' injury looked a lot worse than Smith Rowe's. Yeah. But again, like HJ said, we've got Ødegaard here, so it's promising. But what I will say with Ødegaard, I have a feeling that we've already signed him. Like in a certain way, like we already have some sort of agreement because the guy's taking corners, he's taking free kicks, he's a massive part of Arteta's team. So I have a feeling that we've already got something planned in terms of trying to sign him, but I definitely take him 100%.
Yeah, I'm so happy with that. I don't know what Snow Fan Reviews means by black screen. I don't know what that means. Anyway, though, I was so happy when he got that third goal. Obviously, space to breathe, man. Like, because Leicester would come onto us as we expected, but they really didn't. I was surprised. A couple of iffy moments are going to express. Vardy getting in behind Pablo Mari, very good tackle on him, or body to body.
Yeah, I think Vardy was quite silent today. I think a lot of us expected Vardy to score because he always does against Arsenal. But I think without Maddison, they look so poor. Like without Maddison and without like Fofana, they just look poor all around the pitch. Yeah, a few nervy moments, but I think we dealt with them quite well. I mean, again, Mari outpaced Vardy a few times, which is really quite shocking. And like the commentator said, there was something wrong with Vardy today. Like a little bit like how we've seen Aubameyang just like look really awful. I think Vardy was going through that same thing, but defensively, all 4 of them, amazing. Can't complain about anything really.
I know what's wrong with him. He was in this guy's pockets. He couldn't breathe from this guy's pockets.
Yeah, absolutely. He was stuck in his pockets, man.
Vardy has scored. I don't know if you guys understand how Vardy is to us. This guy, we had to live with Rooney and Drogba for so many years, punishing us in every single game, every single competition. And this guy has scored more goals than them against Arsenal. More than Kane, more than Rooney, more than Drogba, more than Darren Bent, more than Crouch. One goal away from equaling Rooney's record. Yeah, one goal from equaling.
And he could have played
Rooney's
for
record.
Arsenal as well. He could have played for
And
Arsenal.
he could have played for Arsenal as well. So keeping him quiet, something Koscielny couldn't do, something Gabriel Paulista couldn't do, something Mustafi couldn't do, so many other defenders that we've had. So it's a good thing to see Luis doing it. So shout out to you, MG, in the comments, Arsenal fan reviews, Abel, Lewis, obviously HJ, I'll bring the stats up later. Cozy, just saw your comments, sorry. For Shizy, West Ham fan, thank you. We have you guys in a couple of weeks. I'm sorry.
I'm not excited for that one.
Yeah, good luck to you for the rest of the season, but we need to beat you. Then, RK as usual. We love Arsenal, Quick Guna, Willie, and everyone else. So that's the match reaction. We'll now get into the player ratings. Is it going to be a positive one, Guna Express? Better than the last 2 games? Better than Leeds?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give a little spoiler. Nobody's getting below a 6 for me. But yeah, it should be positive.
Okay, people, I'm telling you, the bar's been raised today. Our second team has done the job away to Leicester. Okay, not second team, but a couple of fringe players have done the job away to Leicester.
A rotated team. A rotated team. This is what they won't tell you. The Emery was better than Arteta Brigade. They won't tell you that Emery went there and he got slapped up by Leicester twice. 3 goals, cost us Champions League. He also got sacked. That was his last Premier League game for us. So Arteta goes there twice this season and he wins both games. But they will tell you about Burnley beating us for the first time since 1970, but they won't tell you about those. So I'll tell you though. So player ratings time before AJ comes. Good next first, Leno. 7 for Leno. The goal wasn't his fault. There's nothing he could really do. Other than that, didn't have that much to do. What I will say is I would probably give him an 8, but there was a chance in the first half, or a time in the first half, where we were passing around the back and he passed the ball straight to Vardy. And luckily Vardy, it rebounded off his leg.
Goodness.
But if Vardy anticipated that, controlled it and scored, it'd have been 2-0 and the game could have been over. So yeah, that was a bit of a nervy moment. But other than that, did nothing wrong. But yeah, 7. I can't like that moment was so nervy. I can't give him any higher than that.
That was very, very shaky. Very, very shaky. Again, it was just minutes after conceding the goal, as you said.
Yeah.
It could have been 2-0 within 12 minutes, then you would be in trouble. That was very shaky. Just clear the ball. And not just that, his passing at times, I feel like he waits too much. What do you feel about that? I felt like he was waiting for the likes of Barnes to press him so much, and then he hits the ball like very nervy every time.
I think he does that. There's 1 or 2 reasons. Either he is just like, he's trying to pick out a pass and he takes too long, or he's trying to bring the player in so he can find, say, like for example, Barnes on the left. If he brings Barnes in, he can pass to Cedric easier. My worry is certain players, the likes of, like, I know it's a massive long shot, like never going to play against him, but like Ronaldo, he'll just take that ball off you. He'll anticipate the pass. He'll jump in front of it and he'll take it off you. So, yeah, some play like Lukaku was known for doing that as well. Like he just nicked the ball off the player. So he needs to be careful doing that because someone will nick it off him and score.
Are you sure you'll never play against him?
I don't know if we're going to be in the Champions League for a good few years, but I think it depends, isn't it?
The way things are going, we might not have to be there. Juventus could be in the Europa League. The way things are going, Juventus losing their game. So, HJ Leno?
7. Again, he had some good saves to make, did some good things, but overall, I think it's just, I think 7 is now a standard for Leno. It's like an average for him now. Because he doesn't do a lot these days, and when he does it well. They took a few long shots, he dealt with them well. So yeah, 7.
You think he dealt with the Barnes shot well, or do you think he should have saved it because he kind of like pushed it back to them?
He pushed it away from Ricardo. He pushed it away from Ricardo, who was there. So I think I wouldn't put much on that.
Okay, I'll agree. The 7, definitely 7. The next one, I know these guys will be happy with that. I've been right about the likes of Willian and Aubameyang, but I've definitely been a bit wrong about Bellerin and Cedric today. Very, very good on that right side. Looked very comfortable defensively. Looked very good attacking wise. Him and Pepe absolutely ripped apart Thomas, and I did see Gune Express's tweet saying Pepe looks better with Cedric behind him. So what do you make of his performance?
I'm sorry, I can't see Bellerin ever playing for Arsenal again. Not when Cedric's going to perform like that again. Pepe doesn't work well with Bellerin and Maitland-Niles. He doesn't do that well with Tierney because defensively he's just not that good. But that's not a criticism of Pepe. But yeah, I think Pepe, what it was with Cedric today, he had confidence in Cedric. He was sat there saying, "Nah, I know he's going to defend well. I'm not worried about him." Whereas with Bellerin, I think he's scared that Bellerin's going to make a mistake defensively. And you can see it because Pepe got forward so much. And when did he actually have to defend? Like, he never really needed to defend. Like, Cedric was always doing something to stop it. So, but yeah, he was great. There was a time in the first half as well when he spun. I think it was Harvey Barnes and I think Luke Thomas. And then he passed it forward to Pepe. If that was Bellerin, he'd just pass it out. He'd pass it out for a Leicester throw-in. Like, let's be honest. Like, he doesn't have the balls to do anything like that. Whereas Cedric does. And I've been calling for him to play right back for ages. I know HJ has. I know a lot of people have. And again, today, I can't see any reason for him being dropped. Like, I genuinely, if he gets dropped, I'm going to start questioning it because why would you drop him? He was excellent.
HJ, Cedric, again, another good performance. Although, are you worried that he has these shaky moments like Aston Villa away or Southampton away? I know he played on the left side at Southampton in the FA Cup. He was very terrible. So, do you need to see consistency from him?
Yeah, we do. But again, I think right side is his preferred side. Some of his crosses were a bit iffy, but he worked well with Pepe down that side. And I think the only reason he started at right back was to arrest Bellerin because that's Arteta for you. I think Bellerin will play against Burnley next week. It's unfortunate, but that is Arteta for you. But yeah, Cedric today, good performance, did well with Pepe to literally kill off Luke Thomas's career there. A 7 for him today.
Thank you for that again, RK. I really appreciate every single one. Again, this one I'm going to send it straight to Arsenal to try and get Jack Grealish. You know, we're putting it in the, what is it called? Where you usually save money. What's the thing called? Gune Express? I don't remember. Yeah, the thing where you throw in coins and then you save it up.
Yeah, the piggy bank. The piggy bank.
Piggy bank. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna throw that $2 into the piggy bank and wait for Grealish in the next 2 years, maybe. I hope we reach the kind of money.
Hopefully in the summer. Hopefully in the summer.
GGMU TV. Yeah, we all know what that means. He says, "I hate Arsenal, but thank you for preventing Leicester from being second." I'm only saying this once again. Okay, last week, the funny thing was that you guys we were actually supporting City against us so that they could win the title instead of you guys. So Bellerin, no. Cedric, HO, do you give him?
7.
That's because I'm used to Bellerin being on the right side automatically. Gune Express, did you give him?
7 for Cedric.
7. I'll start with you on the next one, Gune Express, because you love him so much. David Luiz.
8. I'd love to give him a 10 or a 9, but let's be honest, what did he actually have to do defensively? Like, Vardy he was in his pocket the whole time, but even then they weren't going forward that much. The goal, again, excellent. The power, the accuracy, all of it was there on the header. And yeah, I mean, you can see that he's a leader as well. There's many times where I can see him like looking over at Mari and telling him what to do. Obviously, they speak the same language, I'm quite sure, because Mari was in Brazil for a good few years.
Portuguese.
Yeah. So I feel like they have connection, and I think, I'll be honest, Luiz and Mari for me right now are our best centre back partnership. Like Holding, he didn't even get in my team. Gabriel hasn't been amazing. Why not have Luiz and Mari? But yeah, I mean, look, Arteta obviously likes him because he's played a lot of games with a lot of different centre back pairings, and he's always been the best one. Like, he's always been the better centre back. So for me, he is our best centre back. I'm giving him that year, but I don't want him to play every game. That's not what I'm saying. I just want him in the background, being a leader, coming on whenever he needs to, again, training Holding how to score a header. That'd be nice. But 8, excellent performance, really.
Experience. He needs to show his experience somewhere. HJ Luiz, I'm a fan of him. Gonna Express is a fan of him. What about you?
I like him. He's a good player, David Luiz, and he's helped us over the last 2 years. Probably at the moment, one of our best centre backs. But I think defensively, we have been better this season. And on the whole, Mari and Luiz is probably one of our best centre back pairings. I think it works quite well. It worked quite well today. But I think speak the same language. So I think that works as well. I think that's the only reason we brought in Mari and Gabriel, because they'll work well with Luis because they all speak the same language. And maybe we could see them together in a free. I don't know. That's something to be thought upon. But I wouldn't give Luis that new deal. I wouldn't be paying him 100 grand a week to just be a leader and just be there. I wouldn't do that.
I think what they're saying
if he takes a pay cut,
I think that's what they're saying. I think they're saying he's going to cut his wages in half to do the coaching job, which
maybe.
Then
it'll have to be a maybe. But at the moment, I'm not going to say yes or no whether to give him a new deal. We'll just have to see what happens from now to the end of the season. But for today, 8, good performance.
If he does that, he becomes an Arsenal legend. I agree with you guys again. 8 for David Luiz. Very, very good.
I think legend is a bit of a far stretch, but yeah, sure.
No, just a couple of years. He's here, I think, for a couple of years, I think. I don't know when his contract is ending. Actually, you know?
This end of the season.
End of the season, yeah.
I think his contract will be extended again by 1 year, I think.
Yeah,
so.
I do.
So, yeah, good performance again today. And I agree with you, HJ. I'm not saying increase his wages or give him another 4 years, definitely not. But as of now, the 5-6 defenders we have, he's definitely one of the better ones. So I think he has to play. Then the next one, HJ, you'll start with Pablo Mari.
Pablo Mari. I said this earlier. He had a shaky start, and I think he was at fault for the goal. I think if he came across, yes, obviously Xhaka and Willian had some part to play, but if Mari did his job as the centre back, then it would have worked. Then, we would never have conceded. And I think for the rest of the game, there was one moment where Vardy was nearly a 1-on-1 with the keeper, and Mari did really well to come across and stop his pace. And if Mari makes a wrong move, he gets sent off, and Vardy probably scores or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we're in a big problem. But Mari, brilliant. I think other than that mistake, he was really good. So I'll give him a 6.
Not just that, also there's this. What was Odegaard doing? We'll get to him later. He gave away the ball to Kelechi in the middle, and then I think it's the Pablo Mari is the one who cleared it with his head, which is very brave as well. So for me, I'd probably give him a 7. What about you, Gun Express?
7 for Pablo Mari. Yeah, again, I'm not fully saying that he wasn't at fault for the goal, but I think Willian and Xhaka, for me, are more to blame. But he still could have done something more. But yeah, again, other than that, didn't do anything wrong. Again, stopped Vardy really well. He outpaced Vardy quite a few times as well, which I saw. I never thought I'd say that Pablo Mari would outpace Jamie Vardy, but he did. And again, I think him and Luis just look good together. I think if I'm being honest, I think they're quite good friends. Like, you can see it. Like, they enjoy playing together, and I think they help each other out a lot more. But I mean, yeah, 7. I mean, again, could have done better on the goal, but other than that, didn't do anything wrong. So 7.
7,
I agree with that. What did you give? Did you give him an 8-ish?
6. I think he gave Mario.
6. That's low. I think IK agrees with you. 6. So in between that, go for 7 myself, like Gun Express. And the next one I'll give you again, HJ.
Tierney, my left back, he did really well down the left-hand side with Willian. Brilliant performance today. And he had some shots. He had a few volleys that nearly got into the top corner. That would have been exceptional. But, again, everything that we want from Tierney, very well. And for today, I'll probably give him a 7. Not as good as your Willians, your Pepes, even your Luises, but 7.
Let's be honest, it's not easy for anyone to get on that Willian level for today. Gun Express, Tierney.
I'm going to give him an 8. I think.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go slightly under the radar because of how good Pepe, Willian, and those kind of players were. But again, defensively, I think he was the better defender in terms of what he did defensively. Like, he did the most of the defending. Going forward, a few good crosses, like HJ said, some really good attempts on goal. He can really, he has a good right foot on him. He can definitely shoot, and it's good that we have a player like that. But my captain, my left back, my Scotsman, all of the rest of it, I want him captain now because someone put on Twitter, he was time wasting at the end of the game, which I want to see. I want to see us do that. I want to see us get a little bit dirty. Yeah, get a little bit dirty and this and that. Like, we want to win this game. Tierney wants to win this game. And I see again, I think I don't even remember who said it on AFTV, but one of them said Tierney looks like he like out of everybody playing here, it's him and Saka who look like they want to win for Arsenal. Like, they don't want to win for themselves or anything. They want to win for the badge. And I completely agree. And again, today he showed it. The time wasting, the little bit of dirty play here and there. It just shows that he wants to win and that all he cares about is getting those 3 points. So,
Yeah,
8. I want him captain, but we'll hopefully see that next season.
The reason why we feel like that about or that way about Tien is because his standards are very high. So even if he performs well, we think like, oh, it's a 7 or it's an 8 because we expect him having a goal, an assist, or something like that. But yeah, it's very good. I'd give him a 7 myself. HJ, you gave him
7.
7. Okay, so I agree on 7. The next one, I'm going to express Shaka in the middle.
I thought he was quite poor in the first half, especially for that goal. Again, I think he could have done a bit better. But I've been saying it a lot. You know, when Partey, I think HJ said it a lot as well. With Partey, he looks so much better. I'm giving him a 7 because I think that second half performance was he probably had the best second half performance out of everybody. You know, he was amazing when Partey came on. Going forward, looked better. Defensively, looked better. Passing was better. All the rest of it. 7 for Xhaka. But again, this is why I don't want to see him starting with El Neni. This is why I called for Partey to start, because he wasn't good with El Neni. And then as soon as Partey comes on, he's 20 times better. So hopefully Arteta's seen today that, you know, Xhaka and Partey is my best midfield duo. So I need to use them as much as I can. But 7, really good.
Okay, HJ?
I don't think he was that poor in the first half. I thought some of the build-up play that we did in the first half, especially after we conceded, he was integral to it. Nothing too special from him today. You know, he did what he did. You know, sometimes a bit frustrating. He plays it back instead of playing it forward. That's something we've always seen from Xhaka, so it's not surprising. But I think overall, decent performance, both first and second halves. Looked better when Partey came on, obviously. Partnered El Neni well. Not to say that, you know, we need Partey starting, but 6 for me.
Okay, so you're not punishing him for that mistake in the first half connect press?
Yes, because I think a lot of people are saying he should, you know, he's up there for man of the match, and a lot of people are mentioning that he was amazing. But so I think a lot of people will give him like an 8, but for me, I'm giving him a 7. Oh, it's 4-0 to Tottenham, I think. Yeah, that's a bit of an L, but
yeah,
but yeah,
Gareth Bale.
Just 7. Punishment is, I don't think, again, I like a lot of people are going to say it's an agenda, but I think Willian was the biggest mistake on that goal because he gave the ball away. But 7 for Xhaka because I think for me, he was that good under Partey. It raised him from maybe like 5 or a 6 to a 7.
Okay, Gunalona, believe me, we do talk about Martinelli. We'll come to him. We do talk about him every single day. HJ El Neni, Mohamed El Neni, best Egyptian.
Mohamed El sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same as Xhaka, to be honest. Good build-up play. Defensively, was quite secure. Average. You know what you're going to get with El Neni. He doesn't make stupid mistakes a lot, as much as Xhaka anyway, and I'll give him a 6 as well.
More of, you know what you're not going to get with El Neni. And one of those things going to express is forward passes. I think in the first half, I saw that he had 11% forward passes.
I was literally about to mention that. I think it was like 11.8% of his passes were forward.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Like, really? You're a midfielder.
That's what you're going to get with him.
And no, I know, but it proves that he isn't good enough to start. Maybe keep him as a squad player. I can hear people calling for that. Maybe not, but yeah, like this is what I'm saying. With Xhaka, it ain't good enough because Xhaka tries to go forward, but with El Neni just passing the ball backwards, he never gets to go forward. So it makes them both look worse than they actually are. But yeah, other than that, he didn't do anything wrong. No mistakes. Build-up play was good, defensively good. So 6 only because that 11%. Really, 11%. That's really bad. Like I know that we know he's a sideways player and a backwards player, but 11%. Don't know about that, but 6 for El Neni.
Also,
how many of Xhaka's passes were forward? Do you know that?
I don't think. I don't know. I think someone just put the El Neni one on, but I doubt it's.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's as low as 11. I think it's as low. It's not as low as 11%. Though.
Yeah.
And then we did see more of him in the game. And then I was kind of surprised he was subbed off. Maybe he was tired, but leading 3-1, you'd expect him maybe to add Partey to partner Shaq and El Neni to become 3 of them in the midfield. I was surprised he went off because he's usually the guy who comes on when you have a lead. So El Neni, I agree with you guys. 6 didn't really stand out that much. But yeah, it's really tough to stand out when you have people like Willian in front of you. It's really hard to stand out when you have the genius of Willian in front of you. Again, before the game started, when the lineups came out, why is Willian starting again? we will lose this game. Every single person was negative. I usually prefer to just say nothing. I was about to tweet you guys again, tell you guys he's going to get an assist today. I was like, I think 2 games in a row, it's a bit of a push. I said I'm actually going to. I'm not going to say anything today. Let's wait for next time round. So Willian, HJ 90.
9 out of 10. Never thought I'd live to say that.
Highest of the season. Highest.
Never thought I'd say that. But 9 today, he was brilliant. In the first half, he was sort of at fault for the first one, but you couldn't, it is what it is because it was more Xhaka and Murray. But later on, he got 2 assists, brilliant cross for Luiz's equalizer, influential throughout from the build-up to just pushing and pressing from Leicester, giving away the ball because of his pressing. And then the second assist as well. What a good dink over to Pepe for the tap-in. 9 today.
There's in the first half, there's a time him and Lacazette played some wonderful balls in between. And then Willian gave the ball to Tierney, then Tierney crossed, and then Pepe just missed it. That was some brilliant play as well. So Gunnar Express, good free kick from him. You've been complaining about the free kicks and all that. It seems like they've trained that. They've been training on that. So Willian, 2 assists as well.
I'm going to give him an 8, only because he, for me, wasn't the best player on the pitch. But yeah, he was really good. Probably second best player on the pitch, either him or Louise. But yeah, the 2 assists. I mean, again, the free kick was excellent. I was calling for Pepe to take it. And when I saw Pepe, step over it, I was like, oh, well, this is just going to flop. But it didn't. And it was a good assist. Second one, good pass, over the top of Schmeichel into Pepe. The only thing for me, again, is the goal. I blame him more than anybody else. But you can take that however you want to. But yeah, I mean, again, I doubt I'm ever going to give him a higher rating because
I hope so.
I hope so. Don't. As I said many times, yeah, I really want Willian to score a hat-trick and just shut everybody up. That's what I want. I don't want any player to fail, but I don't see him doing it again. But doesn't mean he can't. And if he does do it again, fair play to the guy. But again, I don't know. The one thing today that I'll say with Willian, it's the first time I've ever seen him smile in an Arsenal shirt. The shot that he had, I think it was still 1-0 maybe. He had a shot that went wide. First time I've ever seen him smile.
He wanted to stay at Chelsea.
Genuinely the first time I've ever seen him smile. But what I will say...
he gets an extra point for that, surely. Because you've been mentioning that in every rating.
To Arteta, what I will say is Arteta said earlier in the week, we're beginning to see why I bought Willian, or why I got Willian. And I was saying he got 1 assist against Benfica. Like, stop gassing him up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I didn't say that now, but good performance from Willian.
He was so good, as We Love Arsenal says in the chat. I have him in the title. Who needs Saka when you have Willian?
Willie.
That's how good Willian was today. Willie.
You've got Willie.
The real Willie. Forget about Saliba. This is the real Willie. Willian.
The ironic with Saliba.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very, very happy with that. HD90 put in the chat. I can't believe this is Willian. I feel like this is stats from Hazard 5 years ago at Chelsea. Willian versus Leicester, 94% pass accuracy, 2 out of 4 dribbles completed. Again, Cristiano Ronaldo level. 4 out of 5 accurate long passes. Xabi Alonso. 6 over 9 accurate crosses. David Beckham. Willian, this is Willian we're talking about. 3 chances created again. De Bruyne.
Let's give him a new 5-year deal.
De Bruyne numbers, 2 assists. We are talking Peter Crouch, headed assists and all that. So Willian, he's brilliant today. I'm going to give him an 8, as Gunnar Express said. I'm hoping I save a 9 or 10 later on in the season when he does that. Gunnar alone is not having it, just like Gunnar Express a bit. He says, don't praise Willian too much. Consistency has not been proven yet. And Glenn, forget about Willian scoring goals. He'll always assist in his best games. The thing I'm happy about is that he didn't do it against like a Fulham. He did it against Leicester, top team. So that's what I was happy about away from home. We usually used to say every time these players go quiet when he played the bigger teams away from home. So I'm happy with that. So I'd give him an 8. Hishe was impressed with him. He gives him a 9. The next one, Gunnar Express, you're going to go with Smith Rowe. Disappointing with the injury.
Yeah, with the injury, but I'm going to give him a 7. I think Arteta today needs to, I think he's learned at least that 3 players either A, can't play certain positions, or B, need to play certain positions. Example, Cedric needs to play right back, Willian's pretty good on the left. Pepe's good on the right. And another one is that Smith Rowe cannot play left wing ever again. The guy is not that good on left wing, and down the middle he's influential. A few good passes going forward, did a decent job. But yeah, picked up an early injury, and it's upsetting because I think he could have had a good game today, like a really good game, especially with Pepe and Willian on fire. But 7, because when he was on the pitch, you can only rate him for what he did on the pitch, and he did well in the 40 odd minutes that he had on the pitch. But again, upsetting that he's injured. Hopefully it's not too long. Hopefully it doesn't ruin him, because injuries like that can, stunt a player's growth, and hopefully it doesn't. But 7 for Smith Rowe today.
It's good that you mentioned the players playing out of position. What do you make of Luis playing as the left centre back instead of the right? Because I've seen him when playing with Holding, he plays on the left. Do you think that changes his game, or do you think it's the same?
I think with Luis especially, it's kind of the same thing. Like Mari should probably be on the left centre back because he's left-footed, but maybe Arteta said, Luis has a good right foot and a left foot, so maybe just I don't know. I don't really think it makes a big difference, but I think a lot of people said, oh yeah, we need to play Holding because we can't have 2 left-footed centre-backs. Yeah, we can. We've used Gabriel and Luis. We've used Gabriel Mari, Luis and Mari, and it works just as good as Holding does. So that's rubbish. You can have 2 left centre-backs as long as they're good enough. And again, we've shown that.
Let's not omit Mustafi. He's been there as well. Go next best. HJ90, Smith Rowe.
I don't think he was that good today, but again, he did what he does, pressing and things like that. And he was only on for 40 odd minutes, so 40, something like that. And I can't really give him more than a 6 today.
I agree with you. This time I'm going to go for a 6. I think 7 is a bit high. It didn't really stand out for me that much. So, although there's a player who really did stand out today, and I'm very happy I'm saying that. I thought I seriously thought I was watching Robin today on the right side. He was ripping careers apart. Nicolas Pepe, surely, HJ, that is what we bought, right? That is what we need.
Yep, definitely. I've never tapped out on Pepe. I've always stuck with him, and I think Arteta needs to play him. But again, it's so hard because you got, Aubameyang on the left most of the time, or maybe down the middle. But and then you got Saka on the right. But then, and now you got Willian doing well. But he struggles to get in the team. That shows players are doing well. But I think he needs to play games. Probably play him against Burnley next week as well before the Europa League. But again, good performance from him today. He got the goal, and then he had Luke Thomas. He finished him, literally finished him. Brilliant down that side as well. Kept ripping them. Even Ricardo, when he was on the left, did really well against him. So for me, 9 today for him. My man of the match.
Very, very good. Last time out, remember I said Pepe and Willian on the same level. Today was on a different level. Let's not forget also, this is not the first time he's performing well against them. This photo is from the game we played against them early in the season in the Carabao Cup. I think he also scored then or assisted. That was very good as well. He played really well before. You can see the likes of Fuchs there. We didn't play today. I think Morgan, really putting people on the floor, as you can see. So he's done it before the King Power Stadium. So gonna express Pepe.
9, man of the match. Again, I've said it on Twitter. I've said it on here. He looks so much better with Cedric behind him. I think that's the partnership that he needs to go with. My only issue there is, where do you put Saka? Do you put him back on the left? I mean, Saka can do a job on the left. We know that. And with Tierney especially, he can do well. But then the question is, what do you do with Aubameyang? Do you play him striker, or do you play Lacazette? Like, a lot of headaches for Mikel Arteta. But I can't drop. It's a great thing, but he needs to make the right decisions. Playing the likes of Lacazette when he was good today, but Pepe, Willian, Aubameyang, they're better than Lacazette. So, he needs to find a way to incorporate Martinelli. I know someone said that we need to mention him, but yeah, Pepe, his performance, great, ripped up Luke Thomas. That kid needs to go back to the academy. He got ripped up. Ripped up. I think Luke Thomas did. I think he came off a little bit later on. I think I don't even know they. I don't even know they brought on. I wasn't even paying attention to Leicester's team, to be honest, because
career ended at halftime.
But yeah, even when Luke Thomas came off, that second half, that goal ripped up everybody. Like, he was doing really good. Again, you can't drop him after a performance like that. You can't drop Nicolas Pepe. But I just see him being dropped. I just see Arteta's man management skills of Pepe dropping him again. But it'll be a massive shame if he gets dropped, because seriously, he was good today. But 9, man of the match.
9. Wow. The thing I'd say that don't drop Willian as well. He's man of the match. So, the thing I'll ask you about is saying where will Saka play? That question on screen right now is your question. Who needs Saka when you have Pepe?
We need
Leicester needs Saka after that performance today. They need someone like a
you know
Saka.
Saka. HG about to say something?
Give us 200 mil. You could give us 200 mil. We can have Saka.
The good thing with Saka is they can play every single position, so you can even play the goalkeeper next. So we won't
Play right
position for Saka.
Yeah, play
you
him
can
right
play
back
him
whenever
right
Cedric's
back.
injured. We don't need Bellerin anymore.
Anyway.
We've got Saka. Don't need Bellerin.
Or centre back alongside your king Luis, Saka and Luis in the middle. Yeah, so that is Pepe. I'll give him a 9 as well. Very, very good. A bit better from corners as well. So I was happy. That same thing with Willian. A few corners that were a bit better from last time. So yeah, 9. The next one, Gun Express, the striker, Lacazette.
Gonna give him a 7. Again, I think a lot of people will probably give him a 6 or maybe a 5. Like, oh yeah, he didn't do much today. He did. You know, he did a lot of hold-up play, like a lot of good hold-up play. You know, he held it up so Pepe and Willian could get in behind. Him and Smith Rowe did pretty good together when he was on. And even when Ødegaard came on, they were doing some good passing. Captain-wise, he didn't do anything that upset me as the captain. You know, he wasn't like a weak captain. He did decent as the captain. And I mean, yeah, I don't know why he came off, really. I don't really see why he came off. But again, 7, underrated, I think he'll go today because, again, that hold-up play, the way that he was moving the ball in the final third was really good. Yeah, 7 for Lacazette.
7. HJ Lacazette.
Probably a 6. Other than the penalty, again, he does all his usual stuff like the hold-up play, but again, nothing too special from him today. But a 6.
6. I think he scored a penalty, very crucial penalty. Someone would the nerves would get to someone at that time.
Yeah.
So good penalty, as Gun Express said earlier. Schmeichel went the wrong way, so probably give him a 7, which they did very, very well. I'm happy with that. Then from the bench, Gun Express said he wasn't paying attention to Leicester City. I wasn't even paying attention to what's coming on for us. I was really happy. I was stunned by how good Pepe and Willian were playing. So the first one to come for the bench, I think it was Partey.
Ødegaard.
Ødegaard for the injured. So let's go with Partey first. What did you give Partey?
7. Again, initially I thought, oh, you know, he's got like 20 minutes. He won't do that much, but he did. He came on. Xhaka changed his game completely. Partey did really well. He loves a shot. He loves a long shot. They're not very good, but he loves a long shot. And if he can just improve them, he could get a couple of goals. But yeah, I mean, again, I like a player who has a go. Yeah, if it goes wide, it goes wide. But at least you're trying. Like, at that point, what do we have to lose? Like, if it goes in, it goes in. Like, who cares? We're winning 3-1. That's the benefit of being 3-1 up, because you have that 2-goal cushion, so you can try things like that. You know, waste time a little bit and stuff. But yeah, again, really good when he came on. He got the party started. You know, Xhaka started having a good party, and it was all good. But 7, it changed the game up a lot, I think.
Yeah. HJ. Thomas Partey. What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, again, his job was, I said it before the game, he only had to come on in the last half an hour and just see out the game for us. It's exactly what I said, exactly what happened. And I'll give him a 6 for today. Good controlling of the game. You just had to be professional, see it out. And that's what a world-class player like him would do for you. So a 6. Can't give him more than that.
Did the same thing against Benfica as well. Came on and really helped us get the 2 goals. I mean, I remember you guys said Benfica didn't really do anything that day, but he did his job. So I think maybe it could be a good option to bring him from the bench every single game. Go next pace, the last 20 minutes. Start El Neni, bring Partey on. When they're shattered, the opponents are shattered and they can't deal with the man mountain. That is Partey. So I'll give him a 7. I give him a 7. Although the long shots he needs to improve on the accuracy. The next one, Ødegaard, HJ.
Martin Ødegaard. Again, good build up for the 3rd goal. When the building up, he had a good pass off to Willian, the pre-assist, as some would call it. Ødegaard, not brilliant, but again, he wasn't too bad today either. And I think a 6 as well, same as Partey. I think his ball control, things like that, were all very good. Obviously, what you want to see from him. He has a big part to play over the next few weeks. Let's see how he does. But for today, a 6.
Yeah, I think he forgot something. He almost cost us a goal. I don't know where he was passing that ball to Gun Express. Very, very poor pass right in the midfield, where I think Shaka and Eleni had kind of separated Opate. That's not what you want to be doing with 10 minutes to go and giving them a chance to come back.
Yeah, the pass wasn't amazing, but I'm still going to give him a 7. I mean, again, the one thing for me is a lot of people are going to say when I say what I'm going to say that, oh yeah, Ødegaard, as a substitute, you always got to be ready to come on whenever. But I don't think he was meant to come on that early. Obviously, I think if I'm being honest, I don't think he was going to come on at all. I think Arteta's plan was to be 3-1 up, take off Smith Rowe and bring on El Neni and have or bring on Partey and have the 3 defensive midfielders. So I think Ødegaard was never really meant to come on, but he came on, did decent again for the goal, did really well. He picked a beautiful like a lob pass over to Cedric. Unfortunately, he couldn't do anything with it, but it was pitch perfect, like straight over the top, right into his feet. But yeah, 7 again, did really well with the time that he came on. Passing wise, there was a few misplaced passes and stuff, but I think he looks better with Ceballos. I don't think he looks good with El Neni and Xhaka. They're too defensive. I've said it before, they don't give him that support going forward. And with a Ceballos or like even a Smith Rowe, they give him that little bit of like passing support. But yeah, 7 did pretty well.
Thank you for that, quick Gunnar. Again, I appreciate it very much. And do me a favor. I'll put their links after this in the description. I don't know if I have it already. Go subscribe to Gun Express and you check out his reaction later on, I think. And then H just already put out his got and check. They're the ones who are also doing the brilliant job, so I appreciate it. I was always looking for people who, I don't know if you guys get it, because if you get people on different videos every single week, you're getting different opinions every single day, which is good. But now, since we've done like more than 20 shows with these guys, I do know that Gun Express likes Luis. So after 4 weeks, I can tell him, what did you say 4 weeks ago? Or HJ can say this about Arteta, and I can tell him, what did you say 1 month ago about Arteta? So it's always very good to talk about also things you've talked about before. So thank you for that. Pepe 9 from Chris, thank you for being here. Okay, so it's Pepe 8.5. Okay, if you're pushed to give Pepe an 8 or a 9, what would you give him? WILLIAN, man of the match. Probably not, but yeah, best performance in an Arsenal shirt, probably alongside the Fulham game. Man of the match, Pepe. Lacazette 6, very, very harsh, just like Gun Express 6. I think it's kind of low 7. Lacazette 8. I can see Partey 6. I want a new defender. Phil Jones will suit us. Definitely, Phil Jones, players have bad moments in other teams like Otamendi at City, but he's one of the better defenders at Benfica.
No. Phil Jones, absolutely not. Keep them pink boots. As Matt Goldbridge says, keep them pink boots away from me. I don't want them pink boots.
I rather literally bring back Kolasinac and Mustafi than to have.
Yeah, I'd take Mustafi than Phil Jones.
Absolutely terrible. So the last one, HJ Aubameyang, didn't really have enough time. But he was, good photo of him on the bench.
He looks really happy there, doesn't he?
Not really any rating for me. Yeah, cold Leicester evening. But yeah, didn't really do anything. No mark for me. I don't think he had much to do.
Gun Express, the captain leading from the bench.
I'm gonna give him a 6. It's a very low 6 though, as in it would have been a no rating. But the only reason I give him a little 6 is because he came on and did something. How many times this season have we seen Aubameyang come on with 30 minutes to go?
You're right.
And he does nothing. He genuinely doesn't even touch the ball. He came on, had a few shots. He had 1 or 2 shots on target. He was running, he was doing stuff. And I think we're beginning to see the reawakening of Aubameyang. Again, how many times has he come on and done nothing? And then in 10 minutes, he does something, he does a little bit of, this and that. So again, right now, I'm happy because Arteta has so many players that are doing well, especially in the attacking sense, like WILLIAN, who's done well, Pepe, Aubameyang, etc. He needs to find the best 3 or 4. And, that's a good headache to have. And I think, as I've said, Arteta needs to learn on the job. And this is the best learning experience you can have when you've got 6 or 7 players and you've got to pick 4. That's a really good thing to do because, experience and going forward-wise, you need to pick your best team.
Listen, I know WILLIAN has not been the best, but I rather be picking between WILLIAN, Pepe, Martinelli than to be picking from Frimpong, Alia Dier, those kind of players, Arshavin, Benton, Ashama. Although Arshavin was very good in his first 2 seasons, I'd rather be picking from that than picking from those players. So a good headache to have, as you've said. So Aubameyang, I'd probably give him a 6, as you said. Something I forgot to mention is Pepe, that chance for Aubameyang. Pepe dribbled past. Again, I think he ended those guys' careers as well. The way he dribbled past those two players, very, very good.
Yeah.
So the last one is Mikel Arteta, HJ. This is a place where you always never agree these two guys, but let's see today. What did you give him?
Probably a 7. I thought, again, tactics-wise, he got it on point today. You know, the build-up play, everything, you know, in terms of that, it was very good. Lineup, he pretty much got it spot on in terms of what he was trying to do. And yeah, maybe, to be fair, maybe like an 8 or something. I don't think he got much wrong today. And I think, yeah, good from him, 8.
8. I think the starting lineup, as Gunnar Express said, happy with Cedric playing in the right position, literally both on the right position and on the correct on the right position. Also, Pepe playing on the right again. I know people want him to play on the left, but you never know. Maybe he thought Thomas would be a weakness and he put him there. So that's a good few things there. Gunnar Express, what did you give him?
A 2. No, I'm kidding. A 9. 9 for Arteta. 9. Yeah. It would have been an 8, like HJ, if he picked what would be our best lineup. So if he picked the likes of Saka and, you know, Aubameyang and all these kind of players, like if he didn't start Willian, for example, I'd have given him an 8 because I expect that team to win. For me today, I didn't expect that lineup to win. I expected us to lose, and we won emphatically. The players that I was criticising at the start, you know, Willian, Pepe being on the right, etc., they were the best players, which is the funniest thing. And then again, he rested Saka. Now, I didn't want to rest Saka only because I feel that Saka's the only good thing in our team. He rested Saka. He got a 90-minute rest, and it proves that we don't need Saka to win. Saka definitely helps, but we don't need to rely on him like people say we do. So again, Arteta's got a really good headache on his hands with like the attacking sense. Defensively, it was good, and he has improved us defensively a little bit. Again, I just, for me, this rating could go down next week if the likes of Cedric aren't playing, if the likes of, you know, David Luiz and Mari don't stay together, because there's so much today he's seen that's good. And if he starts dropping the likes of Pepe and even Willian, you know, if he drops Cedric, if he drops Mari or Luiz, like why? Why would you drop them? So yeah, hopefully today he's seen what I've seen in that certain players are better than we expect, or at least we did expect. But 9, I mean, again, proved me wrong a lot today, like a lot. He proved me wrong a lot. So fair
Give
play.
him a 9 as well. I would have given him a 10 if you hadn't considered in the first one. I mean, that's something he needs to address. The slow starts are worrying me because, as well,
quickly as well, the substitutions were good for once. You know, the Ødegaard one wasn't his decision to make in terms of he didn't want to do it, but he came on and got the pre-assist. The Partey one I thought was excellent. You know, like HJ said, exactly what we said. Bring him on last 30, 20 minutes, let him hold down the game, and he did that. And even Aubameyang, again, 10 minutes. I didn't want him to come on, and I still wish he didn't come on. But when he did something. So fair play on the substitutions. You know, he got them right.
I'm always very positive about it, as you know, but also when I saw the starting lineup, I was okay with it kind of, but I definitely wanted Partey to start because he didn't start the other day. I also wanted, who was it? Saka was hoping he gets rested, but I was also like, he doesn't have to get rested because we have a break between now and next Saturday, so you might as well rest him against Burnley. But yeah, he did work. He didn't bring him on. He's gotten 90 minutes of rest, but the last 3 things in the next 5 minutes to talk about. The one thing he didn't do, HJ, is to bring on Martinelli. People are still sad about that.
I'd rather bring on Martinelli than Aubameyang, to be honest. You know, I don't see the point of bringing Aubameyang on. Maybe just for his confidence, Martinelli, bring him on instead. It was confusing for me, but yeah, it is what it is.
The next person, would you keep the same lineup next week, or would you start Martinelli, give him a chance?
I wouldn't, because I think no disrespect to Burnley at all, because I know Burnley can always cause an upset, but yeah, let's be honest, Burnley's a different animal compared to the Leicester right now. So I'd maybe keep Willian in there. Why not? Like, see what he can do against Burnley. See if he can keep consistent. But yeah, for me, Martinelli's in there straight away. Martinelli, perfect game. You know, Burnley are very defensive. We know that. Martinelli can break down a good defense. Like Arteta said it himself, Martinelli's best aspect is breaking down a big, strong defense. So why not play him against Burnley?
And not only that,
I keep Pepe and stuff, but yeah.
I'm watching Burnley right now, and they've been nowhere near the defensive team you've said. They could have considered 9 goals at least. Son, Kane have been missing chances here. Again, also, Burnley, as to quote Mark Goldbridge as well, Gun Express, it's always bloody Burnley.
Bloody
because
Burnley.
they're always very rough. And if you put Martinelli in a game against Burnley, he could get injured again. Burnley are a very, very physical team. So I don't want our injury-prone players near that. Even if I was to rest Tierney, I'd probably choose that game to rest him as well. So they're a very rough bunch over there at Burnley. So Atita gets a 9. Then last question, I think, man of the match, HJ, for you, and which player did not impress you at all, or which player did the least to impress you today?
Pepe, I think, was my man of the match. Least impressive. It's a tricky one, but maybe Oneni, maybe a bit more. But again, the thing is with Oneni, you know what you're gonna get, so I can't really say much about that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let me
Oneni
correct you again. You know what you're not going to get. That's how to say it. There's a question for you if you had not seen it from Chris. He says, I want to ask AJ, do you think the player's mistake must make us know? SAKA, sorry. This season, if you see most of the time we lose to Vieira or player mistake and referee bad calls.
No, I think I'll give you the perfect example. Benfica, I think you might be referring to Benfica. If we went out, yes, it was the player's mistake because of Ceballos and etc. But you look at the game plan we went into the game, and that's on Arteta. What I said on Thursday on the show, it's the fact that the game plan was wrong. You went in too cautious. That's on Arteta, and it was because of that we could have gone out. But obviously, we saved ourselves and all that. But let's just say we went out that day. We went out the Europa League, and everyone was calling for Arteta's head. It wasn't because of players' mistakes. It was the game plan going into the game that meant we went too cautious and we didn't play the game properly. And that's on Arteta, not player mistakes. And I think that's you can use that example throughout. It's not just on player mistakes. It's on things that Arteta's doing with man management, with tactics and things like that. It's not just player mistakes.
Okay, the last thing I'm going to say on you can see another question here from Leon Matic. What are our chances of finishing top 6? The thing I'd say about that, before that, I'd say the thing I love is we've come back from behind the last 2 games, Benfica and today. I don't remember the last time I said that about Arsenal coming back from behind twice in a couple of days to win a game. It's very rare. We usually go down 1. Yeah, I remember a couple against Aston Villa and stuff. So we usually don't do that many times. So I was happy with that today. And for top 6, I know it's going to be hard, but I've always told these guys, I feel like we'll still get it. Chances. But obviously, you have to hope. And I'm not hoping that it's Tottenham or Chelsea drop off. I feel like they'll improve. I'm hoping the likes of Everton and West Ham and Everton have a bad end to the season and finish below us. Right now, we are, is it 3 points behind Liverpool? Yeah, I know they have a game in hand, but the way Liverpool have been playing, not guaranteed for them to win. Also, after the game next week against Burnley. Okay, let's start from today. Leicester, Burnley, Tottenham, West Ham, and then we have Newcastle away, and then we have Sheffield away, and then we'll have Fulham at home. Fulham have improved, but there are like 6 games in a row there where we need to pick up at least 5 wins from those 6 games, and all of a sudden you'll be up there. So for me, I think we can go next, West.
In terms of top 6, I still don't think we're going to get it. Reason?
Yeah.
I see Leicester stepping off only because of injury. Again, Maddison's out. Barnes might be out for a while because his injury looked bad. Evans, Fofana, Justin, Pratt, Morgan, there's loads of them. So I think it'd be a shame if they do fall off, but it's injuries. It's, look at Liverpool. But what I will say about Leicester really quickly as well, fair play to their fans because they haven't complained about injuries. They haven't used it as an excuse. Yeah. Liverpool are using all these excuses about injuries. Leicester fans have sat there, taken it and moved on. Yeah, that's what you should do. But I think we should beat Liverpool. They look awful, really bad. Defensively, awful. I think, Aubameyang, Martinelli, Pepe, all these lot should rip up their defence. Tottenham, we're winning. We're beating Tottenham. I don't care what's going on right now. We're always going to beat Tottenham. Like, screw Tottenham. But I want to win all them 6 games. Burnley, I know I'm gonna say this now. I think we should beat Burnley 5-0. We're going to lose 1-0 now because I've said that. But we should smash Burnley. We should smash Sheffield, smash Fulham, beat Tottenham, beat Liverpool. I know we've got Chelsea soon as well. I'm not excited for that game. That's going to be a horrid game. And Newcastle again, we should beat them as well. So for me, it's not even about our opponents. It's about us. Can we keep this form? Can we keep the players playing the best that they are? I don't know if we can. That's my only criticism right now of Arteta. It's can he keep this form going on? But again, I said we wouldn't keep the form from Benfica, and we did. So.
Okay, thank you very much. So we've given Pepe the man of the match. The last thing I'll say about Leicester, I mean, since Leicester were promoted back in 2014, we've only won there once, and this is the second time, and the third time was in the Carabao Cup before that. So I'm happy that win. We rarely score there. They've beaten us 3-0, 2-0, 1-0. We rarely win there. We rarely keep Vardy quiet like we did today. So I'm happy with that. And also, I remember you were arguing with Guna Express about Arteta and Rodgers. Just after putting Rodgers back in his place again, he should become his assistant manager. And also, it's good to show them that class is permanent and that, yeah, you're ahead of us right now. But please, this talk about Leicester replacing Arsenal as a top 6 team, they need to show me more before doing that. But yeah, fair play to them and their fans.
Can I quickly mention that as well? I saw that tweet from 90 Minute Football about replacing Arsenal with Leicester. How dare you say that? How dare you say that? Tottenham, if anyone's getting dropped out of the Big Six, it's Tottenham, because how many trophies have they won?
What have they won?
Come on.
Exactly.
Leicester won the league 6 years ago, so fair play putting them in. You know, they've won it before we have, but Tottenham haven't won a trophy in like 12 or 18 years. Like, come on, really? Shut up, man.
Yeah, and
like Tottenham have 2 games in hand, whatever, but they're 1 place above us. Like, they're not that much better. So what you on about? Like, put West Ham in there. Like, come on.
Yeah, put them back in their place. Thank you, Guna Express. Go and subscribe to his channel. I'll have his link in the next one, in the first links in the description. And also for HJ9 to go and check out his reaction. I'm very happy with that win, 3-1 win. It's been relentless the last few days, making the content, the draws and all that, the Europa League reactions and all that. So a bit of a Sunday off again. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for the super chats, SAKA and Quick Guna. Take care, and I'll catch up with you guys later.